Sharvette Mitchell, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. You know you're hard to get in touch with now.
Oh, charge it to my head, not my heart.
Your theme, your motto for Blog Talk TV, tell me that.
Motivate, excite, and influence.
Yes.
And it's Blog Talk Radio. But look,
That's
I received that prophecy for TV. I received that.
You see that?
I received that.
And I know that Blog Talk Radio. Blog Talk, yeah, I said Blog Talk TV, but okay.
Okay.
Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah.
And you be interviewing authors,
Yes.
movie stars,
Yeah.
preachers,
Yes.
pastors.
Yes.
What's else?
Oh my goodness. Did we say artists, business owners, consultants? We talk about relationships. So anyone that has something interesting to say, it's possible they could be on my show.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what motivates you to get in this?
You know what? I really like talking to people, and I like hearing their background story. When I interview artists, I call it behind the music. I like to hear how people started and what they're doing kind of behind the scenes, and I think that it helps to motivate other people that want to write a book or be an artist or do something. I think people like to kind of peer into the lives of others that have achieved something, and so they can follow in the same footsteps. So it's motivating. I love interviewing people, and so this is different because I'm on the other side of the mic today, but this is great.
But you're not just doing that. You do multiple things. And for instance, you build websites.
Yeah, I'm a web designer. And so all of this started actually because of web design. That's my first love. And so with Mitchell Productions, I create websites for churches, authors, nonprofits, small businesses, entrepreneurs, and it's been a blessing.
Yes. Yeah. And what else are you working on?
Oh my goodness. I do social media coaching.
That's right.
So for people that don't know how to use Twitter, Facebook, overwhelmed by it, want to figure out how to do it more efficiently, I can do individual coaching or group coaching, and I've been doing some seminars around that as well.
I saw that because I'm on your email with the ebook.
Yes,
So I was like,
yes.
okay, I'm following. And I'm still lost a little bit, but,
Yeah.
but I thought it was so amazing. So you ask your client always at the end, what's the question you ask them before you sign them off?
So I always say the goal of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence. What motivates you?
Okay.
That's my ending question for most of my interviews.
So what really motivates you?
You know what? I feel like I am on a journey. Don't know where exactly I'm going to end up, but I feel like God is taking me step by step. I'm following the breadcrumbs along the way, and I know that I'm going somewhere great. I don't know where it is, but I'm having fun along the way. You know, with the radio show, I started to kind of scale back this year and kind of do a little bit less, but it had a life of its own.
Okay.
So I'm not pushing it; it's dragging me along.
Okay.
So I couldn't even scale back from it because it has taken a life of its own. So I'm motivated that what I'm doing now is preparing me for the next steps in life. That I don't completely know what that is, but it's motivating.
Yes, and you're not just on one radio. I think that you're on more than one radio. And didn't you start it on a different radio?
So, yes. So I started back in September 2007 on 1540 Rejoice, right here in the capital city of Richmond, Virginia. And I was in the studio, you know, having guests come in, and it was like the real life radio experience. But I was only on for a limited amount of time. And then I found out about internet radio and blog talk radio. So I moved to that platform in March 2008. And it has just taken a life of its own. And then there are other stations, other internet stations that heard about my show, and now it's syndicated on praise2go.com, KDM Network Broadcast. It's on powerofworship.net. Oh my goodness. And so just many more. So I'm just smoothjamsradio.com. I don't want to leave them out. And they re-air the show that I've had, the live show, which comes on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. They re-air it on their stations throughout the week.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And then you said you was going to try to scale back. What you was going to do?
I was going to cut the show down to 30 minutes. I was going to do maybe one guest And because I was doing other things, I was really focusing on, and I am still really focusing on Mitchell Productions, the web design, the social media. I've been doing some emceeing and speaking and things of that nature.
Okay.
But I couldn't because the show, I'm booked like 3 months out, and so the show has taken a life of its own, so I'm just along for the ride.
And that's amazing. So you are the living proof that Blog Talk Radio works.
Oh yeah,
Because
it absolutely works.
And you were saying in the ebook that you would train people how to do it.
Yeah, so people can have their own internet radio show. It's not as hard as you think. And I have a complimentary book. They can go to createaradioshow.com. Createaradioshow.com is a complimentary ebook they can download that walks them through how to set up a Blog Talk Radio show. But I can actually coach them individually on that, and that's available for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you're just keeping yourself busy.
Yeah.
Now, with that, I'm
Mhm.
just going to scale down. Now, how do you find enough time? You said 3 months out. So everybody's calling you to get on your show.
So I do have steady requests that come in from publicists, from managers, but then I go out and look and see people that are interesting as well, and I will send requests out. So it's a mixture of both. I have more coming to me, I would say, but I'm always going out looking to see who might be interesting to interview and that the guest will show up well on the show. So
Yes.
yeah.
You had Thelma.
I had Thelma from Good Times, Bernadette Stannis, a while ago. You can still go back and hear that interview. And people say, do you get starstruck? And I get starstruck after the interview. I don't get starstruck like I'm in the game, game day, game face, be in the game during the interview. But afterwards, I'm like, oh my God, I actually had Thelma on the show. She was so gracious. Her manager was awesome. Her husband was awesome. She was on time, just professional. She came to play, and it was a great interview. And it's still available. I interviewed her some years ago, but Sharvette.com is where people can go and check that interview out.
And I saw that you have different of the artists and stars and authors that you have still up there.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And you just interviewed, I ain't gonna say just, but on Tyler Perry's show, is this
Tamala Man.
Tammy Man.
Oh, Tony Grant.
And Tony
Yes.
Grant. Both of them.
Yes, and you know what? I interviewed Tony Grant, who plays, and I don't want to make it's on the OWN network. It's My Neighbor.
Yes, My Neighbor. And he plays the fiance.
Exactly.
Right at this moment.
So I interviewed him. He's actually from an R&B group, and he became saved and all of that. He gave his life to the Lord, and so he'd been doing a lot of Christian plays. So I originally got him as an interview related to a play, and so one day I'm watching OWN, and I see him walk across the screen, and I was like, that's Tony Grant. I had him on my show. So it's amazing where life will take you.
Yes.
Because he was famous when I interviewed him, but now he's very more well known.
Right.
That people see him on the show. And I know I'm probably saying the show's name wrong, but I think it's something about my name. It's the one with the little diner and the moment's great. So anyway, he's on there. So yeah, I had a chance to interview him.
Yes, and I saw that you did. So let's just narrow it down. Who are some of your favorites?
Well, so I gotta say Thelma was a favorite. Tamala Man was a favorite. I interviewed her. Certainly we know her. Meet the Browns. All of the different, Take Me to the King. She was great. She was so gracious. We were actually going to have her husband, because normally they do a lot of interviews together, but that one day he had to do something else. But she just gave you energy. She was fun, and I really liked interviewing her. So Tamala Man. You know who else I really liked interviewing? His name is John Gray, and he is a comedian. He was on TBN a lot, comedian, but now he's working with Pastor Joel Osteen, and he's one of the pastors out there. He's a hilarious guy, Pastor John Gray, and he does comedy, and he does a lot. So people, when you see his face, you'll probably know him. He was so funny, and it was just a great interview. And now I see, like I said, he's with Pastor Joel Osteen, which you know how large that ministry is, and how his life has just taken off from there. So just a lot of great people. Yes. Oh my God, just a lot of great people.
And let's get to the authors.
Yeah, I love all. You know what? I think my show, I interview probably 60% are authors.
Okay.
You know, people that have taken the time, like to put pen to paper, write some type of story, some type of inspiration. I am always interviewing authors. Oh my goodness, Kimberly Lawson Roby, she just won NAACP, I believe last year for her book, and other people, and so I've been able to interview them, down to the local person who's self-publishing their book and just wants to chat about it. I do a lot with authors, find out what inspired them to write, you know, how long was the process, and what they want people to get out of their books. So a lot with authors.
Yes. I saw that now. Which one was your favorite book?
Ooh, okay. I got a favorite book. The Diary of a Mad First Lady. It is so good. Y'all got to go check it out. By Deshaun Washington. It is really good. It's available anywhere books are sold, but that's a really good book. And she has part 2 coming out this year. But I read that a few years ago. Deshaun Washington, The Diary of a Mad First Lady. It's good. Y'all got to check it out.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about your actors.
Yes.
We talked about the book, the authors.
Uh-huh.
Musicians.
Oh, wow.
You had so many. Come on now, tell me.
Oh, my goodness. Margaret Brown Clark. I just had last week Bishop Jason Nelson. I have talked to Crystal Aiken, Sunday Best winner. A lot of Sunday Best people. Oh, my goodness. I need my list in front of me. I mean, so many in the gospel community, independent and national, you know, nationally known artists. Anita Wilson, she's very popular now out of Chicago. So a lot of artists, and they've been great. The Mally Music before, like he blew up. Oh gosh, I could just go on about artists.
Wow, that's such amazing that you've been blessed with them, able to speak to them and bring it to us. And ask the right questions. You know, and I love that. And that's what I was like, oh look, she got this coming out, and you put it up there ahead of time so people know who you get who coming next week.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll put it up a couple days before the show, which airs on Tuesdays. I'll put it up Sunday night, Monday. I send out emails. I'm blasting it on Facebook, on Twitter, my mobile app. You know, I'm doing all of that to help promote the show and promote the guest as well, because it's a win-win situation. Right. So I'm promoting you, and then a lot of times in turn, they're promoting me. Right. So it's really a win-win situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. And okay, now I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna give you a subject.
Okay.
And then you tell me who you think was best for that subject.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's gonna be good. It's good.
This is like the fast fire round, right? Okay. I'm ready. And
I'm gonna give you the first one. It's like a relationship. So who would you say wrote the best relationship book?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna answer that by saying he doesn't have a relationship book out, but he does coaching. He does relationship coaching, and his name is Jack Daniels. Now, I know some of y'all that drink or used to drink. That sounds like a drink, but look him up, Jack Daniels. He was excellent. We did a relationship series. He was excellent. Vincent Ellis White. He's right from Richmond. Relationship recipe guide, and he does that geared towards men. He's a man. He wrote a relationship book towards men, and it's really good. So I had to throw 2 answers out there.
Okay. Next one. Singles.
Oh wow. So we did a series on living single, and we would have 2 guys, 2 girls. So it's kind of hard to answer that because it was a panel show talking about singles. But I would say if they just check out the whole Living Single series, there's several of those, and they were really good as a panel, the panel group. Confident Women. My pastor, Chief Apostle Olive C. Brown, she just wrote a book called Unlocking the Giant Within. And she's a pastor, she's a female pastor, which a lot of times in ministry, it's still a man's world, it's still a boys' club, and she exudes so much confidence. And in her latest book, Unlocking the Giant Within, she talks about pulling out that giant for men or women. So I would have to say her for that answer. Teenagers. Ooh, these are good ones. Oh my goodness. Oh. And I have had authors on about teenagers. and dealing with teens, and oh my goodness, it's slipping my mind right now. Y'all go to Sharvette.com. I promise. Oh my goodness, because I don't want to say wrong names, but I can't think of the names right now. But I've definitely had some shows related to teens.
Relationship that gone bad. Look, I'm going to say the girl book. I'm going to see if you're going to say that. Let's say relationship problems.
Relationship.
You had a couple of them up there that went working on the V.
Yes. So Nicole Cleveland.
She got
so he cheated. Now what?
Yes.
So he cheated. Now what? Nicole Cleveland wrote a book.
We cut on this game.
Yeah. Nicole Cleveland wrote a book. So he cheated. Now what? And then she followed up with a book called So He Hurt You. Now what? So check out Nicole Cleveland.
Yeah.
She has much to say and much to offer about relationships.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I was like, can I get it? But I want to say the name.
Yeah. I got it.
You got it. Okay, the next one. When a person want to learn more about their self-development.
Self-help and self-development. Oh my goodness. Dr. Cindy Trim, I interviewed her, and a lot of her books are around self-development. So I would recommend, she came on and talked about a couple commanding the morning, and a lot of them were about self-development. So I would say Dr. Cindy Trim.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was like, you did excellent.
Okay.
You did excellent.
I'm over here sweating, y'all.
But you went to so many, and you talked about so many different issues.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing that, you inspire so many women also into your show, and as well as men, because you did not just do women, you did men as well.
Yeah.
So I've been listening.
Okay. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I love that when you do your hook line at the end too. So I was like, it was amazing for me.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of yours.
Thank you for having me on this platform. I don't take it for granted. Yeah.
But now, how do you manage all this at once? Because as I know, like you said, you not only do you go through the list of people request to make sure you read in the book as well to see what who have the great talent, but then you promote in your website as well.
Yeah.
And now you're doing coaching.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of time.
It does. So I try to work efficiently. So there are tools that are out there, like for social media, you can pre-schedule posts. So I will use tools that'll help me manage my social media. With the radio show, I kind of focus my energy. Like I know Monday and Tuesday are going to be heavily about the radio show, and then after Tuesday, I can kind of just let it glide, because once I handle everything, turn over the show to the other broadcast stations, they're running it. So I'm able to manage the show that way. The web design, it really comes and goes based on how big the web design projects are, how small they are. So I adjust my turnaround time. So if it's a bigger project, I'll need longer to do it. So I'm able to manage it that way. And then social media coaching as well. I'm just looking at my calendar, scheduling time, being flexible with my customers. So it's a balancing act. I'm currently single, so that probably helps. I currently don't have any kids, so that probably helps a little bit, being able that I have maybe a little bit more time available than those that, have children and have a husband.
But
the moment.
But you're also going to different events doing things.
Yeah.
So it's not just I'm sitting at this computer and I'm doing this and I'm here doing this. You are going out to different events. You're showing your face at different shows and stuff like that. So that's a lot to manage.
Yeah, it is. It is, but you kind of choose your time wisely. And sometimes I'll promote things on Facebook, but I'm not actually at the event. Because sometimes I'll have people say, you're everywhere, you're at everything. But I may have just, in support of an event, shared their flyer, but it may not be that I'm actually there. But if I am coming to an event, I like to take a selfie. I like to, help promote and support other people, because when you're putting an event on, it's a lot of energy and time.
Yes.
So sometimes I will just go to things, and if I like it, it's enjoyable, I'm good.
All right. So are you planning on teaching a class one day, or are you just going to still keep to the individual?
So I actually have just had a class, a complimentary group coaching class called the Sparkle Series, how to add sparkle to your social media, your online presence. And I have another one that's coming up in May. So people just gotta watch my Facebook and all of that. Facebook.com/Sharvette, Twitter.com/Sharvette. So I am sporadically doing some group coaching, and then I'm also available to schedule it. But I do have some complimentary sessions that are coming up that are targeted to people. So the May session is targeted to women in ministry, and then June will be targeted to authors. The one I just completed was targeted to full-time entrepreneurs, part-time, full-time employees, part-time entrepreneurs. So.
Okay, so when you get the full-time entrepreneur.
When am I going to do that? Well, I need that, and I'm going to add that to the list. See, the list grows.
Yay.
This thing pulls you. You don't have to push it. Purpose pulls you along.
Okay,
Purpose, you don't have to push it. It pulls you along.
All right. So, tell me something more. We want to see some more details about you. So you already told us you're not married, no kids right now, at this moment, y'all. Remember that.
Yes.
So is it someone special there?
Not currently. So, yeah.
She's not telling us.
No, I'm telling the truth. God be my witness.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, what is your plan? Now, you said you don't know where you're going, but if your ideal, where you want to see yourself going?
So I would say the road is to TV. Something I see expansion in the radio area, and then I ultimately see some type of TV. So.
Okay, we got the TV. Let's see what.
Yeah, so we on TV. We doing it now.
That's right.
You helping me now. So.
That's right. So I'm with you with that TV because you just got that spirit. So you got it, girl.
Thank you.
And okay. So who is the secret? Who you got? What is your guest that you want to get that you haven't got yet?
That's a good question. I really want Tasha Cobb. I wanted Tasha Cobb, and at one point we did have her scheduled, but just because of schedules and conflicts and all of that. But I would really like to talk to Tasha Cobb because I feel like she has, just her song just sweep the nation and, and people, break every chain. Yeah, Grammy winner, Stellar Award winner. So I actually would really like to interview her. I'd love to interview Oprah Winfrey. I'd love to interview Barack Obama. So hey, let's go to the moon. Tyler Perry, yes. I would like to talk to Tyler.
I would too. I would like to be on that phone call with y'all on that one.
Yeah, so
yes, okay.
Yeah.
And have you reached out to Oprah?
I have not.
Okay,
that's a good. I have not.
So wait a minute, hold up. So then you can't say you want to receive if you haven't.
There you go. She got it. You're right. You're right.
I got you though, bro. I'm looking for that one.
Okay.
You get Tyler Perry, you call me.
Yeah. I'm gonna call you on that one. Awesome.
So you've been in the Virginia Gag as well. So you've been out there with some of the artists.
Yeah. In
person and stuff like that. So how do you feel out there when you with them personally as well, being on the radio with them?
There are a lot of artists out. There are a lot of singers. There are a lot of people that want to do music ministry and that are doing music ministry. And there's so much great talent that the radio, the traditional radio, is not able to feature, let's say it that way, or has chosen not to feature it. So I would want them to be encouraged. There are people who are making money without radio. Look at Lecrae. Lecrae is almost like underground, and he won a Grammy, and they don't even play him on the religious stations. So there's so much out there. That's one thing. There's a ton of talent out there. There's a lot of concerts. There's a lot of showcases. But I would say to artists to be faithful in ministry where you are. Be faithful what you're doing, because that's building you up for where you want to go. So don't just kind of like seek the gigs. But there's a lot of talent out there, a lot of good talent out there. So that's what I've seen.
And I love the way you just said that. Don't give up. Like you said, keep on working it, because we never know, who may see them and want to work.
And it only takes one. It only takes one connection. That's it. You don't need 1,000 likes on Facebook. You don't need 100,000 people following you per se on Facebook, or your YouTube hit, 1 million views. You only need one person.
And that connection goes to the next connection. That's how it works.
That's how it works.
And stuff like that. Now, for young folks, I'm gonna say young. I'm not gonna say young. I'm gonna say anybody.
Okay.
Because that's what you do. When they see you and follow you, and they see your words, and they want to do what you do. I know you do training, but let's say they're scared because they say, "Well, no, I don't do good. I don't speak as well as she does. I'm not as excited as she is," because they got the label. But they want to go out and try it.
Mm-hmm.
What encouraging word you say? Just go ahead and just put your foot out there and try it.
Good, that's good. What I would say is try a small venue. Let's say there's someone that's watching or listening that wants to be a speaker, they want to be a motivational speaker. Well, don't focus on speaking in front of 5,000 people. Is there a small networking group? There are people meeting for networking groups all across the city. Can you go speak in front of 5 people? And then the next time maybe it's 20 people. But let's say you're even scared to do that. You can do a teleconference where they don't see you. So if you're scared of people seeing you, host a free teleconference and say, I'm going to be giving 15 minutes of motivation out. You can get a free teleconference line anywhere online. Put it on your Facebook and tell people to tune in and listen to your motivational talk for 15 minutes. And all they need is their telephone. Start somewhere. Most people look and see the final destination, but they don't see the first step. So get comfortable speaking with 5 people. Or get comfortable talking to 2 people on a teleconference, then speaking to 5 people in person, then 10 people in person, then 100 people in person, and then so forth and so on.
That's good. That's
yeah.
Good. Like you said, I didn't know about teleconference.
Oh, yes. Freeconferencepro.com. Freeconferencingpro.com. Anybody can have their own conference line. People can dial in. You can record it. You can download the MP3. You're good to go.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of times we want something, but like you said, we scared to make that step.
Yeah.
Like, well, suppose I fall, or suppose this don't work this, or somebody tell them something negative, then they don't go out there and try it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then somebody say, well, I can't, and they don't have to be the way you do it.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Because
do it your way.
Everybody got their unique way.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And there are resources that are out there, like you say, you didn't know about the teleconferencing. There's a lot out there that people don't necessarily know about that can help them do some of the things that they want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. That's a good idea.
Yes, ma'am. Jump on it.
I'm going to try to blog. Well, Sean, give me some advice that you give to an artist.
To an artist, I would say every gig, every performance counts, and go prepared. Go with your bio. I have emceed so many concerts, and I put this on a social cam video, and I don't have anything to introduce with. They don't come prepared. So go to every gig, professional, every performance, every ministry opportunity, professional, and take your bio.
What about an author?
For an author, I would say expand your thoughts around who can read your book and play up to book clubs. Offer book clubs something that will entice them to pick your book for their book club because they're going to be buying your book in bulk. So play up to book clubs.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Next, let's see. Who else we got next? I got the author, singers. We got them.
Mm-hmm.
I discussed them because I can't think of the next person.
Small business owners?
Yes, that's an excellent one.
Okay. Advice I have for small business owners is to leverage social media. A lot of people are not leveraging social media, and word of mouth is still one of the most powerful advertising tools, and social media is basically word of mouth in modern day. So leverage social media, Facebook and Twitter. Let people know what you're doing, and then give them the opportunity to engage with you, find out more about you, and do business with you.
All right. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me. This was fun.